In the modern era of college basketball, the one-and-done phenomenon is taken for granted. We've seen incredible teenage phenoms pass through the NCAA, Kevin Durant putting up cheat code stats at Texas, and Anthony Davis controlling the paint at Kentucky, and Zion Williamson tearing rims down at Duke. But none of them, not KD, not AD, not Zion, none of them did what Carmelo Anthony did in the winter of 2002 and the spring of 2003. Carmelo Anthony, freshman season at Syracuse, he went 30-5, but they started unranked in the preseason AP poll. He put up 22.2 points per game, 10 rebounds per game, 2.2 assists, and 1.6 steals per game as well. He had 22 double-doubles in those 35 games. He scored double figures in all 35 games. He's an NCAA national champion, Final Four MOP, and consensus All-American. Just think about this. Before Carmelo set foot on campus in Central New York, the Syracuse Orange were unranked in the preseason AP poll. Hall of Fame coach Jim Boeheim had spent nearly 3 decades chasing an elusive national title, coming up short in heartbreaking years in 1987 and 1996. Syracuse wasn't supposed to be a contender in 2003. They were starting multiple freshmen alongside a sophomore in Hakeem Warwick. Yet across 35 historic games, an 18-year-old kid from Baltimore via Oak Hill Academy executed the single greatest individual freshman season in the history of college sports. He didn't ride the coattails of a senior veteran, but he wasn't even a secondary option. He was the indisputable alpha, leading Syracuse in points, rebounds, minutes played, and clutch shots. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down every single phase of Carmelo Anthony's legend at Syracuse. I'm going to be dissecting his unmatched triple threat scoring arsenal, his role in Jim Boeheim's famous 2-3 zone, the game-by-game war of the 2003 NCAA tournament, and how 35 games changed college basketball forever. Make sure you like the video, subscribe with notifications for more daily NBA content, as these videos do take a very long time to produce. But other than that, let's break down the year that 2003 Melo ruled the basketball universe. Before Carmelo Anthony wore orange, he was forged in one of the toughest basketball environments in America, West Baltimore. Growing up on Fulton Ave, Melo developed a physical, relentless style of play. But early on, he wasn't considered a consensus top 5 national prospect. Sitting around 6'2" as a high school freshman at Towson Catholic, Melo underwent a massive 5-inch growth spurt going into his junior year. Suddenly, he wasn't just a guard with smooth handle, he was a 6'7" wing with guard skills, long arms, and explosive athleticism. At Oak Hill Academy in the 2001 to 2002 season, he was ranked number one. They were the number 1 high school team in the nation, with a 32-1 team record. He put up 21.7 points per game, 8.1 rebounds, and 4 assists per game as well. There's obviously, I think we all know, the iconic showdown in February of 2002 versus LeBron James, where Melo had 34 and LeBron had 36. And he was the number 2 ranked recruit in the nation behind Amari Stoudemire. In his senior year, Melo transferred to prep powerhouse Oak Hill Academy in Virginia, and this is where his legend went global. He led Oak Hill to a 32-1 record, averaging nearly 22 points and 8 rebounds. On February 10th, 2002, Carmelo faced off against junior phenom LeBron James in a high school battle for the ages, where Melo, like I mentioned, he dropped 34 points and grabbed 11 rebounds to lead Oak Hill over St. Vincent St. Mary, while LeBron dropped 36. While LeBron was preparing to jump straight from high school to the NBA draft, Carmelo had already committed to Syracuse as early as his junior year. Back then, top high school stars were either jumping directly to the pros like Kobe, Tracy McGrady, and Kevin Garnett, or they were just spending 2 to 3 years in college. The idea of the freshman coming in and instantly carrying a program to a national championship as the primary leader just simply didn't exist like it does in the modern era now. But Melo was going to change that blueprint forever. Why was 18-year-old Carmelo Anthony completely unguardable in college basketball? In 2002, college defenses were physical, packed inside the paint and played at a far slower pace than today. Yet Melo made scoring look effortless because he possessed the most refined triple threat game the college level had seen since Glenn Robinson or Grant Hill. Let's break down the tactical film of his offensive mechanics. Melo catches the ball on the mid-post or wing, immediately sweeping into a low, wide stance. His low center of gravity makes it impossible for college defenders to push him off his spot. He jabs sharply with his right foot, and if the defender bites and steps back to protect the drive, Melo instantly rises straight up into a high-release mid-range jumper. If the defender plays tight to contest the jumper, Melo uses lightning-quick rip-through using his 230-pound frame to absorb contact and score off the glass. Beyond his scoring, what made Melo unique was his relentless offensive rebounding. He wasn't just a floating perimeter shooter. He averaged 10 rebounds total per game and nearly 3 offensive boards a night. He second jumped faster than college centers, snatching his own misses and drawing fouls at will. On defense, Boeheim utilized Melo's 7-foot wingspan on the back row and wing of the famous 2-3 zone. His ability to clear defensive rebounds, 7.1 defensive rebounds per game, allowed Syracuse to immediately ignite fast breaks for early transition three-pointers. Melo was the ultimate scorer. He could score at all 3 levels, in mid-post and in isolation. He had an unmatched jab step and a turnaround fadeaway pull-up jumper. His offensive rebounding, like I said, he had 2.9 offensive rebounds per game. His second chance putbacks, and he just fought through physical contact. He's a perimeter shooter. He shot 33.7% from 3 on 166 attempts, and he just spaced the floor for Syracuse. And he generated free throws. I mean, he had 238 free throws attempts in those 35 games, which is almost 7 free throws per game. He's just all-around elite scorer at Syracuse. I mean, even in the NBA, but I'm just talking about Syracuse right now. Carmelo's collegiate debut came on November 14th, 2002 against Memphis in the AT&T Wireless Classic. Most freshmen take a few weeks to adjust to the speed and physicality of college basketball. Not Melo. He put up 27 points and 11 rebounds while playing all 40 minutes of his first game. From day one, there was no adjustment period. He scored in double figures in all 35 games he played that season. Look at how the regular season unfolded. The first game against Memphis, 27, 11, and 40 minutes. It was his college debut, and he had a statement win over Coach Cal's squad. Against Missouri on December 28th in 2002, he had 32, 8, and 5, and he outplayed top 10 opponents in a 92-80 victory. On February 23rd at Michigan State, he put up 25, 6 rebounds with 2 steals, which was a road win in East Lansing against Tom Izzo's squad. And then at Georgetown on March 1st, he put up 30 points, 15 rebounds, 3 assists, and with a clutch OT victory inside a hostile MCI center. He went 23-4 in the regular season, 13-3 in Big East play. Their home record was 17-0, undefeated. They lost in the quarterfinals in the Big East tournament, though, to UConn. They lost 79-83, but they entered March Madness with a 24-5 record, and they were awarded the 3 seed in the East region. Even when Syracuse hit a bump, losing to Ben Gordon and UConn in the Big East tournament quarterfinals, Melo never wavered. Syracuse entered the NCAA tournament as a number 3 seed with a 24-5 record. Skeptics believed a team reliant on 2 freshman starters and a sophomore couldn't survive 6 rounds of win-or-go-home pressure in March. Melo was about to shut every single skeptic up. March 2003 remains one of the most intense tournament runs in college basketball history. In the round of 64, Syracuse faced a dangerous 14-seed Manhattan team. While the Orange struggled early, Carmelo steadied the ship with 17 points and 9 rebounds in a 76-65-point victory. In the round of 32 against Eddie Sutton's defensive-minded Oklahoma State Cowboys, Melo ground out 13 points and 8 rebounds in a 68-56 victory. Then came the Sweet 16 against Auburn, which was a game that nearly ended the dream. Melo put up 18 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. Auburn hit a late run. Marquise Daniels led the comeback, and Syracuse escaped on a missed final shot as time expires. They got very lucky. In the Elite Eight, Syracuse faced Kelvin Sampson's number 1 seed Oklahoma Sooners, one of the best defensive teams in America. On the biggest stage of the region, Carmelo dominated. He racked up 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 steals, anchoring the back of Boeheim's 2-3 zone as Syracuse blew out Oklahoma 63-47 to punch their ticket to the Final Four in New Orleans. Carmelo had taken an unranked team and led them to the Final Four in his first college season. On April 5th, 2003, the Final Four set up a dream showdown between the two most electrifying freshmen in college basketball, Carmelo Anthony and Texas point guard T.J. Ford, the Naismith Player of the Year winner. What Carmelo did in the national semifinal against Texas is widely considered one of the single greatest Final Four individual performances ever recorded. He put up 33 points, 14 rebounds, 3 steals, shooting 12 for 19 at 63.2%. This is the highest scoring output by a freshman in Final Four history. Melo scored 33 points and grabbed 14 boards, shooting 12 of 19 from the field. Texas tried single coverage, they tried doubling, they tried zone, but nothing worked. Melo scored from every inch of the floor, sending Syracuse to the national championship game against Roy Williams and the Kansas Jayhawks. On April 7, 2003 was the national championship game. Kansas boasted a veteran core of Kirk Heinrich and Nick Collison. Syracuse jumped out to a massive early lead, but in the second half, Kansas mounted a furious comeback, cutting the lead to a single possession in the final minute. With Syracuse holding an 80-78 lead, with seconds remaining, Kansas guard Michael Lee caught the ball in the corner for a wide open three that would have given Kansas the lead. But Hakeem Work flied out of nowhere to block the shot out of bounds, and Carmelo sealed the game with a late free throw, finishing with 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists. Syracuse wins 81-78. Jim Boeheim gets his long-awaited national championship, and Carmelo Anthony is named Final Four Most Outstanding Player, wrapping up the greatest freshman season in college basketball history. Just 35 games. That was all that Carmelo Anthony had to give the college game, but 35 games was all that he needed to change the sport forever. On June 25, 2003, Melo entered the historic 2003 NBA draft class, selected number 3 overall by the Denver Nuggets, right behind LeBron James and Darko Milicic. While most of you know what happened over his 19-year NBA career, he put up 28,289 career points, which is top 10 all-time. He has 10 NBA All-Star selections, 6 All-NBA honors. He's a scoring champion in 2013. He has 3 Olympic gold medals. It all launched from that magical winter in Syracuse. At Syracuse, his jersey remains retired, number 15. He proved a freshman could be the number 1 option on a championship squad, and he paved the way for Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, and other modern stars. Carmelo proved that a freshman didn't have to wait his turn or play second fiddle to upperclassmen. He showed that an 18-year-old phenom could step onto the floor, dominate veteran defenses, carry a program on his back, and cut down the Nets on Monday night in April. Without 03 Melo, the blueprint for modern one-and-done superstars looks completely different. But as always, I want to hear from you guys in the comment section below. Do you think 2003 Carmelo Anthony might have been the single greatest freshman in college basketball history? Or do you take Kevin Durant or Anthony Davis or even Zion Williamson? Make sure you drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe with notifications turned on so you don't miss a daily NBA video that I post. Also, these videos take a very long time to produce, so liking and subscribing would mean a lot to me. I appreciate every single one of you for watching these videos and watching the channel. But other than that, that's going to wrap up this video.